I found out something very important today as I was doing a little reflecting. And it's so funny that I just came to this realization now. And there's going to be people in the comments saying, oh, this is so obvious. How did you not know that? What I realized today, and it's been building up for the past couple of days, weeks, whatever. But what I realized today was that confidence itself comes from experience. And that's it. You can end the video right there. Go click off. This is something that I had been searching for a very long time. You know, just an explanation that simple. I remember I used to make videos saying, what is confidence? How do you even blah, 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 blah. Like that. Thank goodness I never uploaded it because it was very cringy. But I'm just like, man, it took a long time for me to kind of realize that. But it seems so obvious, right? It just seems like obviously confidence comes from experience, but no one really says that. No one just plainly says it out loud, just plainly like that. I've never heard anybody say that ever. Never. I've never heard someone say that. They always say confidence fake it till you make it. Blah blah blah. Confidence comes from just believing in yourself, stuff like that, right? Yeah, and just stuff like that never worked. It never gave me the answer that I was looking for. I used to struggle with that. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly that was because I had confidence in certain areas, you know what I'm saying, but it just wasn't in every area. But the older I get and the more I realize, I'm like, that's just normal life. Like LeBron James isn't going to be confident in, snowboarding or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he probably hasn't done that shit because he needs to keep his damn body, in peak form or whatever. So you're not going to be confident in some excursion that you're not experienced in. And that's all there is to it. Confidence comes from experience. Confidence in the gym is because you've been to the gym before. Confidence on the court is because you've played all these games, hundreds, thousands of games. Confidence in anything just comes from experience doing it. I've done this before. I know how it works. I know how it works when I do it well. I know how it works when I don't do it well. And that's just something that people don't talk about enough. And I just came down here to make that quickly because I realized that's damn near a profound prophetic statement. Like, because I've never heard anyone say it that plainly, ever. Like, think about that. Like, it sounds so obvious, but I've never heard anyone say that. I used to ask people like how to get confident. Like, what did I ask? I remember I asked my uncle something once, and I asked him like, how did you have the confidence to do blah blah blah? And he said basically that he had the confidence just in the fact that he was willing to figure it out or something like that. Like, people had given me like different definitions and stuff like that, but none of it ever clicked, fully until I figured the shit out on myself and just realized that you don't get the confidence in anything until you've done it, right? Because what do people always say is the best teacher? Experience. Experience is the best teacher. That's why you're confident in it, because you got the best. You have literally the best learning mechanism there is in this situation. You've experienced it. You've been in it. You've done it. Right? Like that's about as credible as it gets. That's about as credible as it gets. And then, think about all these guys that talk about this stuff. All these self-improvement guys or whatever that I used to watch back in the day. Like, the conviction that you have. Because I'm telling you, like I had a decent little I had a decent little journey with this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And I was making videos like about last year when it came to confidence and stuff like that. Because I had built up a decent amount of confidence. Like I wasn't just like a fucking nervous freak, but again, it was just like certain areas you just weren't confident in. But again, the older I'm getting, I'm realizing like that shit is just normal life. That's just how shit is. But anyway, I was making videos last year, and it's like, it was a weird predicament because I made a lot of YouTube videos in the past, years and years ago, but they were gaming videos, reaction videos, stuff like that. I didn't have a lot of experience talking to the camera, and I felt like I needed to because I had been doing YouTube for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Just little dumb shit like that used to get in my head. And so I remember I used to be like a little bit nervous, like making videos and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was just like in my car, I would be sweating a lot of times. It would take me a minute to kind of like gas myself up and turn on the camera and all of that. And I literally, even back then, I had realized that the quickest way to do it is to literally just force my finger, boom, and just click right there and just start the video. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even think about, don't try to like prepare, don't try to do any of that. Like, just go, right? And eventually you get better and better. Why? Because I've experienced it. I've got experience doing this shit. That's why I can say it confidently. That's why I can look in this camera and make this shit. Because I've done this shit hundreds of times. Maybe even probably thousands. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it comes with anything. With any single skill there is to master. Any single skill there is to have confidence in. You have to get experience in it. But the problem is that people don't get experience because they don't have confidence in it. Right? But they're not aware that confidence comes directly from experience. Right? They think that you have to be confident in order to start it. Right? This is what I used to think. I used to think like, oh, you start stuff because you're confident. Right? Because you're a confident person, so you just start shit. You start doing shit, and then, but you know, I didn't really think of it that far. But I'm just like, that's the lesson that I took from it, and I know a lot of other people felt like that too. So that's all it's about. Like that's just so funny to me. Like because that's not how it works, right? Confidence comes from experience. You have to experience it first in order for you to be confident in it. And so the thing that you start off with is courage, and this is what really tied it in for me recently, because I had distinguished the two. I had done a long talking video on my other channel where I had like really pulled apart the strings of, you know what I'm saying, and really like separated the two of confidence and courage, because they are not the same thing. You know, they sound similar. You know, they both have CO, right? Like they're spelled similar. They both, you know, they both deal with self confidence, you know, in a way, but they're different things. Courage is when you don't know and you're scared and you have all the uncertainty, you have all the doubt, but you do it anyway. You do it anyway. Confidence is when you had experience in the shit, so you know how the shit goes, and so you know what you're doing, you know what you're getting into, so you're confident because you're certain about this thing. You know, you have a lot of evidence that points towards this. You can't prove anything really, but you have a lot of evidence that points towards this conclusion you have of the situation, and it's because you've been in it. It's because you've done it before. That's why you have the confidence. Right. And so I realized that shit, like this shit is a chain. This shit goes together in a train. So first you start off with the courage, not confidence. Courage first. And then you act, right? Then you try the shit and you get the experience in it. And then that experience is what gives you confidence in that area. So confidence is the third thing in line. You don't start off with confidence, right? You start off with courage. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big fucking insight right there, bro. That shit can change your fucking life, nigga. That's some real shit. I wish somebody would have told me that shit back in the day, because it seems so simple. Like it seems so obvious, but it's not obvious because no one ever lays it out like that simply. That's how the shit goes, bro. You're welcome. You're fucking welcome, nigga. Oh man, if only you knew how long it took me to find some shit like that. I was just doing shit. Like I was just trying shit. I'm just like, I'm just trying different shit. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know. That's why knowledge is all important. Knowledge is power, man. But yeah, I'm gonna just end off right there. I'm not even gonna ramble too much. I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet. Confidence comes from experience. That's exactly how it works. And you're welcome. Thank you for watching. Peace out.